In the field of personal injury, we handle just about every case that there is. Everything from automobiles to motorcycles to boats to medical malpractice to garden variety negligence claims, slip and fall claims. We cover the gamut. Well, the stereotypical personal injury attorney these days is somebody who's advertising on TV and passing everything off to a staff to work up. We do our work ourselves, and it's the attorneys that are handling the cases from start to finish, not staff, not anyone else, because the vagaries of the law and the nuances require that attorneys be familiar with every step of the way, otherwise they won't know what's coming down the road. Personal injury cases are talking about trying to compensate somebody who's suffered an injury that has impaired them, both physically, economically, emotionally. All the law allows folks to do is recover damages for their injuries. There is no eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth anymore. And so it's our objective to make sure we get fair and reasonable compensation for everything our clients have suffered or lost along the way. Insurance companies never have the client's best interests in mind. The insurance company is there to resolve your claim as quickly, as cheaply, and as expeditiously as possible. You need a law firm that knows what they're doing and has the patience to see it through to get every dollar you're entitled to. The injuries that are typically associated with personal injury cases are primarily physical injuries, back injuries, neck injuries. We've handled cases in which there's been scarring from automobile accidents. We've had traumatic brain injury clients that have been riding motorcycles that have been involved in accidents. So the personal injuries that we address literally run the gamut as far as the human body is concerned. The persons that can be held liable in a personal injury case are typically the at-fault person, whether it's an at-fault driver or an at-fault boat operator. Could be somebody who just was negligent and wasn't thinking about doing what they were doing and didn't take into consideration the fact that somebody could be hurt. Everybody has duties they owe one another to conduct themselves in a fashion that they don't expose others to injury. And if they do, those are the persons that are liable for your damages. Not everybody has to sue in personal injury cases. The objective of this firm, for example, is to get cases settled first. And if we can't settle them and the client says they want to continue on, then we are also the ones that go to trial and are there with the client throughout the entire process. What makes our firm different from other firms is that we are local. We've also practiced throughout the country in both state and federal courts. We are passionate about representing our clients. We take an interest in them. Many of our former clients are friends to whom we communicate with to this day. Client communication is critical. We return telephone calls and emails promptly because a client should never go long at all waiting to hear what their attorney is doing. We are a small firm, and the advantage of having a small firm is I personally work on your case. Mr. DePaula personally works on your case. Your case and the preparation of that case, the appearance at court, trials, writing of appellate briefs, those are handled by the two of us, not someone else, not a paralegal, not a secretary. During the initial consultation, we of course find out everything we can about the accident or the incident involved. We inquire as to the client's medical treatment that he or she have obtained to date. We discuss with them what their prospects are for future medical treatment, and we emphasize to them that the one thing that they need to focus on primarily is getting better. And we never come between a client and his or her doctor. We respect the client's choice of the physicians that are treating them because, again, the client's health is the number one concern.